In this bhakti, you need to become Ananya. Now here let me clarify a little more. Ananya doesn't mean you have to worship Shree Krishna only. Sometimes this question arises that Shree Krishna says Mam Ekam. Does he mean you only have to come to Shree Krishna? Can't you worship Sri Ram? No, what he means is God, any form of God. All these are different forms of the one God. So you attach your mind anywhere in the divine realm, you will be Ananya. And these God manifests in this world in his five personal forms called the pancha Dev. These pancha Dev are not celestial gods. They are the divine, supreme divinity. Shakti or Durga, the divine mother, and her different forms. Kali, Parvati, etc., etc. The second is Surya, Surya Narayan, not the Surya, the sun globe, but Surya Narayan. The third is Ganesh. He is also the supreme divinity. That is why in the marriage of Shiv and Parvati, as a part of the ceremony, they worship Ganesh, their son to be. Because Ganesh is an eternal entity, he is the supreme Lord. The fourth in the Panchadev is Shiv. And Shiv has got his 11 expansions in this universe, the 11 Rudras, including Hanuman. And the fifth is Vishnu, the Vishnu Tattva, which includes Ram, Krishna, Narayan, Varaha, etc. They are all the Supreme Lord. So you can worship any of them. The only thing is that if you wish to progress rapidly, then it's best to choose one form. That way, you will be able to achieve the focus of the mind. Otherwise, you keep on dividing on Monday this God, on Tuesday this God, on Wednesday this God. You will end up not having love for any of them. That is why it is recommended choose one Isht-Dev. Ek sadhe, sab sadhe. Sab sadhe, sab jai. Now you see, I need to love Hanuman also and Durga also and Ganesh also, then you will not develop love for any. And you develop love for one Isht-Dev, you will develop love for all of them. So choose one Isht-Dev. Now how do you choose your Isht-Dev? Isht-Dev is your chosen form that you worship. So the Isht-Dev should be such that he has an attractive form that will facilitate your bhakti. If you choose Nirsing as your Isht-Dev, there are portions in India where the Isht-Dev is Nirsing. Now he is also God. But how do you meditate upon a lion? Every time you sit in group dhyan meditation, you will get terrified. Right? Now Sri Ram and Sri Krishna have got these enchanting forms which makes their devotion easier. And along with the form, if there are sweet pastimes as well, then that facilitates the devotion further. You see, to take the mind towards God, the mere form is not sufficient. We need some enchanting leelas. The leelas of Ram and Krishna are so blissful that they easily draw the mind. And that's why you find the maximum worshippers of these two forms, Ram and Krishna. And even in these two, the Krishna form has got certain rasas that are unique. The Murali Madhuri, the sweetness of his flute, the Bal Leela Madhuri, the sweetness of his childhood pastimes, his Prema Madhuri, the pastimes that display how he is enslaved by the love of his devotees and tied to the mortar wheel by his mother. And his Rupa Madhuri, his form, is far more enchanting than that of the others. For all these reasons, worship of Sri Krishna is easier, sweeter, more blissful. But if somebody says, Swamiji, my mind is attached to Ram, what to do? All right, no problem. Ram and Krishna are one. It's not that they are different. Ramo nama vabhuvaham tadabala. There's a leela that when Shree Krishna was small, Yashoda, to put him to sleep, used to sing a lori to him, some lullaby. So once she decided to tell him the story of Ram. So she said, my dear Lala, listen. Ramo nama vabhuva. So Sri Krishna was listening and slowly falling asleep. Tadabala siteti. Tam piturvacha panchavati vane nivasitastasya haradravana. So he had his wife called Sita, and along with Lakhan, the three of them went into the forest, and there a demon called Ravana attacked, and he picked up Sita and took her away. So Krishna, who was sleeping, suddenly got up. Huh? Sita, Sita, Lakhan, where is my dog? Bring it here right now. कृष्णस्यैव पुरातनीं निजकथां कर्ण्यमात्रेरतां सौमित्रे क्व धनुर्धनुर्धनुर्तव्यग्रागिर पान्तु नः. Yashoda said, what has happened to my Lala? Why is he screaming like this? Ha Lakhan, ho Sita. But Yashoda doesn't know. He is the one in the age of Treta. He experienced the pangs of separation from Sita. And that is the reason hearing the story has brought up those memories again. So Ram and Krishna are one. If you say I wish to attach my mind to Ram, well and good. But this is the beginning phase, the praveshika. We are making an entry into bhakti. At this time, if you make the right choice, it will speeden up and ease your journey ahead. So, of course, you can worship five gods, but that is also Ananya. But there is one class beyond Ananya. And what is that? That is Fananya. What is Fananya? There was once a Mahatmaji. He was taking a group of 500 devotees on Braj Parikrama. Mahatmas, they take people around, they make them sit in one place, then they relate the story. Shree Krishna did this here, Shree Krishna did that here. All the devotees had sat around and Mahatmaji was relating the story. One Brajbasi came along, the local residents of Vrindavan. They are called Brajbasis. So this Brajbasi came along and he stood there, he put his Jowar Gathri on the ground and started looking at the Baba. Now village people, they don't have etiquette, they are natural. So he is looking straight like that without feeling any kind of embarrassment. The Mahatmaji got a little ruffled. He said, who are you? Instead of answering, the villager said, who are you? Mahatmaji introduced himself. I am an Ananya Bhakt of Shree Krishna. Ananya, single-minded devotee. So the villager said, now tell me, who are you? The villager said, you are Ananya, I am Fananya. Now Mahatmaji had not heard what is Fananya. The villager had not heard what is Ananya. The Mahatmaji said, what is Fananya? The villager said, you tell me what is Ananya. Mahatmaji said, Ananya means I only worship Sri Krishna. And I don't worship the celestial devtas, Indra, Varun, Kubir, Agni, Vayu, etc., etc. Now you tell me what is Fananya. So the villager said, Fananya means all these Devi Devtas you are talking about, I don't even know their name. I only even know the name of Krishna Kanhaiyalal, Sri Krishna. Mahatmaji offered his respects. You are truly Ananya. You just worship the Supreme Lord. You have worshipped everybody. अर्चितो देवदेवेशे शङ्खचक्रगदाधरे अर्चिताः सर्वदेवास्युर् yatah sarvagato harihi. This is the principle of ananyata. So Naradji has said that nirodha means no attachment apart from the divine. And then he says further, and no hatred either. Tad virodhishu dasinatacha. See, you don't get attached to the world does not mean you hate the world. Many people, when they hate the world, they think they have become renounced. You know, there's a fight between husband and wife, and the husband comes to me, Swamiji, make me also a Swamiji. What happened? Oh, my life is so bad. I have become detached. You have not become detached. This hatred doesn't mean detachment. You have become detached from the negative behaviors of the world. Tomorrow you get positive behaviors, again you will become attached. Detachment means you rise beyond the negative and the positive. Because if we develop hatred, we had discussed, the mind will again go to the world. Just like it goes in attachment, it will go in hatred as well. What will happen? The same form will come in your head. Oh, listen, listen, you know, this person is so bad. Listen, listen. The same bhajan kirtan will happen. That is why you need to be very careful. Udasin, neutral. Tad virodhishu. Those who oppose you, be neutral. There will always be people who oppose. So, Kripaliji Maharaj gives the example in Prem Ras Siddhant. I hope you all have read the book. It's his prime philosophy book, Prem Ras Siddhant. He says that, look, you are going to the market. You wish to purchase Rasgulla, the special Rasgulla of Haldiram Bhujiawala or Kesi Das of Kolkata. Now, as you walk in the market, you have different shops coming. There is the meat shop, and there is the cloth shop, and there is the shoe shop. You are looking and walking along, neutral. I don't need shoes, I don't need clothes, I don't need meat. So you are neutral. You are not saying, okay, if not the Rasgulla, then let me buy shoes today. And now do you stop there and start fighting? I wanted Rasgullas. Why have you got a shoe shop on the way? No, neither rag nor dvesh. You remain neutral. Your goal is the Rasgullas. You walk towards that. And elsewhere, nor rag nor dvesh. Kabira khada बाजार में सबकी मांगे खैर ना काहू सो दोस्ती ना काहू सो बैर. Kabirji says, I am standing in the marketplace, neither friendship nor hatred. My goal is that. I have concern with that. This is the marketplace of the world. You cannot control it. You cannot correct it. If you start fighting with everybody, why did you say this? You should have said that. Why did you not say this? You should have not said that, etc., etc. That will disturb our own mind. So wherever there is a virod, wherever there's an opposition, you be neutral and you go towards your own goal. Like, for example, a mother, she lost her child in the fair. She had the child's hand, it slipped, and now she doesn't know where the child has gone. And then from far she sees a child and thinks, oh, that must be my child. She runs, beta, beta, beta. And she goes there, comes close, oh, he's not my beta. When she came close, she saw he's somebody else. Now she becomes neutral. He is not the one I was looking for. She doesn't start fighting. I thought you were my beta. Why did you turn out to be somebody else? And she also doesn't say, if not my beta, then let me hold this one and hug him. He is not the one I was looking for, immediately neutral. Similarly, we were looking for bliss in this world, running here and there, and now we realized it's not the world we want, it is God. So now don't start fighting and don't be attached. Just become neutral and go in the direction that you have chosen for yourself, which is the supreme destination that is God. So become Ananya towards Him, single-minded. Your mind's attachment only in the divine realm, and elsewhere neither attachment nor hatred. And this is the meaning of Sutra number 9.